The video I'm making here is showing a conversion of my twin Cruisin USA cabinet, where I've put in a 24-inch Panasonic TV LED to replace the old CRT monitor, which had multiple issues with, mainly the board controlling the monitor kept frying itself. Difference with this one compared to most is that I've had to do two converters because the TV had no VGA input. Bit dark to see in there, but it's only got HDMI in the back here, as well as your composite and component. So what I've done is I've come off the Jamma board and using the 8-pin on the converter. It's one of the RGBS 8200s. The 8-pin plug here, we've got red, green, blue. The grey and the yellow are just going to the white sync cable and the ground. And I've just hooked that straight into the cable that comes off the Jamma board. As you can see over here on the second board, that's the same cable there plugging into the board. The problem with the 5-pin on the converter is it's actually spaced for 6, so the Jamma connection wouldn't actually fit onto it, so that's why I use the 8-pin plug. So then the VGA comes out of that and goes into this second converter, which VGA in, HDMI out. On the second converter it's just a straight transformer. On the first converter it's the 5-volt DC, red being your positive, black being your ground, and that's just hooked up to the power supply down here, which is 5 volts DC. It's only a 2 amp needed, but on the power supply you've got up to 12 amps, so that's plenty of power. One of the pluses about the TV is that when you switch it on, it remembers its last setting. So without having to worry about a remote, automatically launches the converter, automatically launches into the right station, right channel. You can see quite a difference in the brightness. Saturation probably a bit too high, but it's just something you can play around with. It's not quite finished yet, I've just sort of mounted it, as you can see in the back. Bit of ply over the back of it and then screwed straight into that. So there's the glass to put back into the front along with the surround. And whether or not I replace the other one straight away, I've got the other TV there for it, or wait till that one blows and replace it then. So to show you some of the settings in the converter as well. When you first launch it, it'll be in Chinese. From the main menu, if you go down to the 4th option, it's languages. You select that. The first one will be English, so even if you can't read it, if you go down to number 4, select that, number 1 is English. under picture. It's the settings for the brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness. These will all be different depending on what TV you've got. For my display though, I had this in 800 by 600, size of the TV. And in the geometry, H position's at 38, V's at 14, the H size is 55, the V's 0, and the main difference is the clamp size. Sorry, not clamp size, is clamp ST. Online it's normally recommended at 3 and SP at 4. Mine didn't seem to work so well, so I've put mine at 0 for ST and 4 for SP. It seemed to stop the bouncing that I was getting when I first hooked it in. The picture just wouldn't stay still, even with adjusting the vertical and the horizontal. But it took probably another half hour of adjusting those before it came right. And now it seems it's pretty stable, it's not bouncing like it was. When you compare the two cabinets, you can see that it's slightly cutting off the bottom of the picture, but it's actually slightly wider, or getting more of the picture than the CRT monitor when you compare the two together.